today's Home Pathshala. It will transform your dream into reality. Good afternoon. Today we are going to learn the equity theory. The equity theory is one of the important motivation theory, content theory of motivation. The equity theory has given Adams 1963. According to this theory, that individual engage in social comparison by comparing their effort and reward with those of relevant others. Social comparison is the main central theme of equity theory, and social comparison based on two area. Number one, equality exists. Equity exists. Number two, inequity exists. Equity exists and inequity exists. And inequity exists can be divided into two parts: under reward and over reward. Now the thing is, the equity exists when individual perceive that the ratio of effort to reward is the same for them as it is for others to whom they compare themselves. That is called equity exists. They compare themselves as it is to get the reward as it is, as they compare themselves. That is called equity exists. Second, inequity exists when individual perceive that ratio of effort to reward is different for them than it is for others to whom they compare themselves. So this comparison is the very important in the case of equity theory. There are two types of inequality: under reward and over reward. Under reward occurs when the person believes that she put in more effort than others, yet receive the same reward, or put in the same effort as another for less reward. For instance, if an employee worked longer hours than her co-worker, yet they receive the same salary, the employee would perceive inequality in the form of under reward. And the second thing is the over reward. A person will feel that his effort to reward ratio is higher than another person, such that he is getting more for putting in the same effort or getting the same reward even with the less effort. That is another situation. The two situations can be happen in the case of inequity exists. Number one, under reward. Number two, over reward. Now next important topic. The theory suggests that there are four possible referents for comparison. Four possible reference. Number one, self inside. Number two, self outside. Number three, self others inside and others outside. The self inside, the employee compared his experiences in the present position with the experiences of those holding the similar position in the same organization. That is called self inside. And what is self outside? The employee compared his experience in the present position with the experience of those holding similar position in the another organization. The self inside the case of the same organization, self outside in the case of another organization. Number three, other inside, employee compare his experiences in the present position with the experience of another individual or group of individuals holding the different position but belonging to the same organization. So it's called the others inside. And another is the other outside. The employee compare his experiences in the present position with that of other individual or group of individuals holding different position and belonging to different organization. That is called self others outside. Now, whatever be the source of referent comparison, individuals are motivated to reduce perceived inequality, may attempt to reduce inequality in various ways. Individual may attempt to reduce inequality in various ways. Number one, change the input. A person may change his or her level of effort. An employee who feels under-rewarded is likely to work less hard. Change the outcome. A person may try to change his or her reward such as by asking for a raise or making unauthorized use of company resources. Change the comparison others input. A person may change the behavior of reference person, perhaps by encouraging that person to put forth more effort. Change the comparison the others outcome. A person may change the outcome of the reference person, perhaps by asking boss to stop giving favorable treatment to him or her. And change comparison other, a person experiencing inequity may change the reference person and compare him or herself to different person to assess equity. So these are the situation. তাহলে equity exists, the equity theory is based on equity exists and inequity exists. And inequity exists are based on two parts, number or underreared, number two overreared. Now another important thing is the while research suggests the underreared motivate individual to resolve the inequity, research also indicate the same is not true for overreared. Husman and Hatfield and Mills proposed that employee can be classified into one of three categories of equity preferences. This is very interesting area. Number one, benevolent, the preferring a lower outcome by input ratio than comparison of others. Number two, equity sensitive, preferring an equal outcome by input ratio to comparison of others. Number three, entitled, preferring a higher outcome by input ratio than comparison of others. These are the three equity preference category. And now the final important thing, the managerial implication of equity theory. But equity theory has important implication for way of motivating people. The three key area, and number one, avoiding underpayment. Company that attempt to save money by reducing employee salary may find that employee responds in different way to certain resources. For example, they may still shave a few minutes of their work, otherwise withhold production. Avoiding overpayment, avoiding underpayment. Number two, avoiding overpayment. Overpaying employee to motivate them is also an ineffective strategy, mainly for two reasons. Increase in performance is response to overpayment. Inequity is only temporary, and overpaying on employee imply that other are being underpaid. So when the majority of employees feel underpaid, they will lower their performance, resulting in a net decrease in productivity and widespread dissatisfaction. Number three, being open and honest with employee. Openness and honesty about pay is critical because it helps employee understand the basics of their pay. Thus, in turn, lead to trust in their company, motivating them to put forth the effort required to excel. Finally, evolution of equity theory. Equity theory has been widely studied and is quite successful in predicting various situations involving feeling of workplace injustice. However, it has a few limitations. First, the theory does not identify the input or outcome that are most valuable and comparison others against which evolution is made. Second, it assumes that people are individualistic, rational and selfish. However, people are social creatures who share goals with others members, commit themselves to the more of the group. Third, theory accounts for only distributive justice in the workplace. Experts now believe that procedural justice is equally important, that has been overlooked in the theory. Each and every theory has some positive aspect and negative aspect. Why it is successful in predicting various situations involving feeling of workplace injustice. But it has a few limitations. Each and every theory has certain limitation and certain positive aspect. So in my previous class, I have discussed the important home expectancy theory, and now we have learned the equity theory. And in my next class, I will discuss the goal setting theory. So keep touch with this channel, and you can day after day you can learn the so many important topic in our tools of administration and also the important theory of management and motivation. Thank you.